it had not been for the Lord, I wouldn't have had $9 Nobody say that now nothing like you say that now nothing. I still don't know what that shit means, but it sounds good. Don't need no alarm clock to get me up. Opportunity serves me as a pick-me-up. You niggas is kids, but ain't no sippy cups. You eating on a plate of excuses and you can't sit with us. Round table discussions, they aim for square ears. Articulate simps not supposed to be here. Let's be clear, not trying to be rude, but that scarcity mindset put me in bad moods. Ooh, somebody raise you as a peon, but you can get like your boy, might take an eon. Ha. That was clever, let me count this cheddar. I got customers calling and they can't get much better. Converter money, yeah. No need to assume, it's just converter money. Catch a dollar, make it play. Used to call and get converter money.
This Jordan right here, King Jordan?
Assume it's just converter.
How'd I know?
Converter
Good
money.
shit.
Converter money. Catch a dollar, make it play. Used to call and get converter money. You don't know what that shit means, but it sounds good.
Yo, what's going on? This is Afi Kingdom. Got my brother RPC in the house.
Yo, what's goody?
When y'all come in, make sure y'all like the video, and then afterwards you can share the video too. Lawrence will be here shortly. We just gonna do a quick little Q&A, man. Pretty soon we're gonna be doing these webinars, but I'll talk about it in a little while and get some chances to for people to come and stuff. So shout out to Principal Bay with the Purple Hearts, Adelina. I am who I am. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling, RPC?
Yeah, I'm good, man. On this Monday, man. You know what I mean? Beginning of the week, ready to drop these gems on these people, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Principal Bay, Adelina. I mean, Roastramentals with the fire tracks. Shout out to Roastramentals, man. You really got that fire ear, man. You got a gift for that. So shout out to Roastramentals.
For sure.
What else we got? I am who I am. What up with you too, man? Appreciate you for watching my videos.
For sure. So this show is about you guys, man. So
yep.
The topic is how to be more successful in women. So I want you guys to really be open tonight to really get your questions answered. While the three of us are here, we can help you guys out. And it can be about anything, really. You know, we can help you guys with the ladies, but don't be holding back. If you got a question about anything, just go ahead and share it, man, while you got this time. We'll be on for about an hour, so that's enough time for you guys to dish out a few questions for us and all of that. How you doing, big bro?
What's going on? How you guys doing? Alfie and the Red Hill Showmanist.
Here. What's good, LDA? How you feeling?
What's going on? Man, I'm actually doing well. Just making sure my lights are set up correctly. I got a new light set up and trying to get it mastered, get the look, but everything is good. I'm actually excited about tonight about tips for how to be successful with women, because I think a lot of guys hear a lot of stuff online, but they don't hear it from people who are actually doing it. So this is not something that you just hear it on YouTube. This is something that we actually do behind the scenes and actually in real life. There is life outside of YouTube.
100%. My life is outside of YouTube. Yeah. But now, one thing I want to emphasize before we even get into the episode is that, anybody who listens to these tips and advice that we give, it won't do you any good if you just listen. It's best for you to listen, absorb the information, and then most importantly, put into action. A lot of people, like you just said, they got all these, things that they listen to on YouTube, where I did a video saying, like, to the point where dudes don't even know what to do. Like, they overthink situations where they don't know what to say, what to do, and how am I looking, and does she think I'm this, and as opposed to just letting everything flow. So with that being said, everything that we say in this episode and moving forward, Make sure you take it in, you absorb it, understand it, and then most importantly, apply it. Because without applying it, it will do nothing for you. And also, do not be afraid to fail. It's okay to fail, because I don't think, I mean, let me speak for myself. I don't know if I can speak for LDA and RP, but I failed several times in my life, few times, and I still fail in my life. But what I'll say to that is I learned from my failures to the point where I couldn't tell you a particular failure that I had. I only remember the result and the lesson that I learned.
Good stuff. Bro, Shamel says, good to see y'all back at it. Hell yeah, man. What's going on, D Smooth? What's going on, 104D? Health, wealth, and prosperity to the respect to the panel. Respect to you.
104D, what up?
Yep.
What up? What up? These are people that be supporting my channel too, man. So D Smooth, peace to you, man. 104D, peace to you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, y'all don't gotta put it in the super chat tonight. Just go ahead and ask, man. Here go a question from good job, Mr. DC Comics, starting it up, man. I want y'all to be active tonight. Dr. DC Comics says, what are some pillars every man should establish for himself before even pursuing women? And you brothers want to take that? I mean, I got plenty I can say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love to tap into that. What are some good pillars every man should establish for himself before even pursuing women? Well, first of all, I would say, all right, shit. The one thing I think men should, one of the pillars is basically conquering your sexual desires. Now, what I mean by that, that don't mean that you shouldn't, you should kill your biological imperative of wanting to be with the woman, wanting to have sex and all that. What I'm saying is when I say, control your sexual urges, control your sexual desires, it's like, if you see, a lot of dudes here listening to this, they'll be like, yeah, I'm red pill. If a chick says this, I'm going to do that. She ain't going to get me. She's not going to manipulate me. But yeah, you're talking about the 6. You're talking about the 7. You're not talking about the quote unquote 10 that you never thought would be interested in you or would even look your way. Now you're doing things, that you normally wouldn't do just to make sure that you keep that 9 and that 10. What I'm saying is when you control and conquer your sexual desires, when you're able to control it, when the 6, the 7, when the 8, 9, and 10 come around, you're able to treat them like the 6 and 7. You don't lose your mind. You're still logical. You don't fall in love. So one of the first things I would say as one of the first pillars is conquering your sexual desires. And the last thing I say, or the second most important thing that I say besides conquering your sexual desires, is like I've said in damn near all my videos, you gotta know who you are. Who are you? Because we talk about, when you deal with a chick, you putting her onto your program, right? She's supposed to be an assistant to your empire. But if you haven't built an empire or you don't even have a program or know your program, then you're basically running on her program. Somebody's running on the program. So conquer your sexual desires, get to know who you are, because to know thyself is to know thy God. Once you do that, I think that's enough equipment in your tool belt to start off with when you begin to pursue women. Not chase, pursue women.
I'm glad you pointed it out. Let me touch on that real quick, and then Lawrence, just go ahead and take it. I'm gonna say this is my tip, and this isn't even the route. Well, I guess it's kind of the route that I took, but I didn't plan for it to be like that. And that's just sit back and just evaluate women and how they work and how they move and what they respond to before you even get sex on the menu and be worried about, pursuing. Try to understand women a little bit first. You know what I'm saying? Then it makes your journey a lot easier. Shout out to Hypnosis for Men. He said, just passing through. Shout out to some of the hardest working men out here, LDA and RPC. Shout out to you, Ryan, bro. Shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you for the super chat. But that's my advice.
Appreciate that, Hypnosis for Men, man. Hypnosis for Men. Appreciate that. What you guys say on that, LDA?
Man, you guys stole all my information, but stole everything I wanted to say. But I will say this. I was thinking about this, and I was going to do it tomorrow on my show. A man must know his anthropology. So that means his anthropology is where he comes from. He must know his culture, where he derives from. Who is he connecting with? If you're connecting with a victim mentality, how can you ever be a king in front of a woman? So your anthropology explains your history, where you come from. And so I think a lot of men need to get settled in, like you said, who are you? Because she's always going to reflect who you are on some level.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, like Alfie did, I'm sort of said on that. One of the things I did in the past when I was married, what I did was when we were dating, I had a little journal, just what I did. And her name meant palm tree. So what I did was I knew the different nuances about her because she is what I wanted. So I knew the different things about her. So when it became second nature when I dealt with her. Even today, when I had to deal with her today to talk with her about my kids, about my sons, I already know how to deal with it because I already studied her. I think a lot of guys don't study women nature enough because they don't know their own, but they don't study the woman that they're trying to not chase, but pursue. And there's a complete difference. When you begin to do that, you become more proficient in your dealing with women. Most guys don't understand the game is so simple because it's right in front of you.
Yep. Yep. That being the mirror. Hey, yo, Alfie, yo, tap into this real quick. Where I've heard some people on YouTube talking about, it's not important for dudes to understand female nature. That's not important. Blah blah blah. Why they need to know female nature? And I know it's just one of the things you said when you answered the question, like basically understanding female, how they work, why they do the things they do. So tap into that real quick. What do you think about dudes saying that, it's not important for females to understand female nature? And if you disagree, why do you disagree? And if you agree, why do you agree with that?
Because people are stupid, bro. Why, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Stuff
sir.
that's stupid that I can't even come up with a good answer to make it seem like I don't think that it's stupid. Like, why would you not want to understand something before you try it? It's just like if you're on a diet and you want to eat healthy, you turn around and you look at the back of it, right? If you approach a pool, you're gonna look at there and say, what feet is it? It's precautions. It's like you want to figure out things before you try to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, you mess up, you do things, and then you fall and get back up and all of that. But at the same time, you still want to have somewhat awareness of what it is you're dealing with. There's a difference between feeding the dog and the cat. That's why they have cat food and dog food. It's precaution. You want to have some type of history of things that you're doing, man. And if you don't, you're an idiot.
And even off the analogy that you just gave, even with different dogs eat different things. You can't feed every dog the same thing. You know what I mean? So basically, what you're saying, you gotta study it. I mean, I'm not saying study. When I tell fellas to study, I don't mean you take a book out 8 hours a day, you writing notes. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you have to have experiences. What they say, experience is the best teacher, right? Is that the same? Mm-hmm. So that's why I emphasized in the beginning. You can listen to everything that we say on this episode, but if you don't go out and experience it, try it, trial and error, then you're not even living. That's what I mean. Yo, we really do have walking dead people out here. People would be thinking they alive and they're living because their heart is still beating, their brain is still working. Nah, fam, that doesn't mean you're living. Living is experiences. What's the saying? Pictures worth 1,000 words, but an experience is worth 1,000 pictures. Y'all do the math.
So that's why it's so important for guys not to just absorb this game, but actually to put it to practice. One of the biggest things that we see, I've been on YouTube for about 10 years, is that guys get into this place where they're absorb the game, absorb the knowledge, but they do not actually put it to practice, like you've been saying. Once you begin to put it to practice, then you can gauge. You're welcome, Mr. DC. Comments. That's guys begin to gauge where they are. You can never gauge where you are if you don't put it to practice. You'll never get out of the second grade until you took a second grade test that said now you can go to the third. Most guys are afraid to be tested because they don't want to receive the report card, because the report cards reveal whether you know how to do what? Arithmetic. Do you know how to read? Do you know how to comprehend? To go to the next level, you have to put in some work. And I think what happens is we get so excited about, oh, this is some good information, but you never put it to practice. And one of the things that you have to conquer is your own fear of failure and your own fear that you may succeed at this. Because both of those fears are playing in your mind on whether you go to the next level. You got to realize that you have the ability to conquer the old you so that you can walk into the new you. That means you got to conquer your fear of success and your fear of failure. Because at the end of the day, no one, something I tell my sons all the time, no one's going to do it for you but you. We can tell you everything. You can go to all the consultations. You can go to every, around the world, but no one's going to do it for you but you. You got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, don't be complaining about the quality of women that you get. Don't be complaining about why this ain't working. You have not done the things, due diligence to make it work. And you have not changed your mindset. You have to change your mindset. When you change 100%. Your mindset and your actions, they must marry each other so that you can get to the next level, because it's not about the woman. It's always about you. They don't want this, man. They don't want us to teach tonight. You got 3 teachers here tonight. You don't want us to teach.
Shout out to
I am. I was gonna say I am who I am, man. He said I want to improve my mouthpiece. Hey, fam, man, I did a 3-part series on mouthpiece. I think I did a fourth part also. But I am who I am, man. In one of my videos, comment, let me get that mouthpiece video, and I'll just send you the links, man. Cause I could just tell you, I could say it here, but the fact that I did videos on it, you could probably just watch the video, and it'll help you out even more. Cause you could pause, rewind. I'm saying, listen to it again. Real quick, somebody else, Evo Rebirth said, I walked past a 10, in my opinion, a few days ago. Told her she looked good and kept it pushing. I ain't gonna lie, I looked back and I was kind of upset I didn't get her number. So, Afi and LDA, let's talk about that real quick. What I want to hone in on is the fact that he said he saw a 10, which, in my opinion, I don't think those exist, but he saw a 10. But what I want to hone in on is that he said that, he told her that she looked good. Now, there'll be some people, again, some dating coaches, that'll be like, oh, nah, you validated her without a reason and this, that, and And my thing is, the game is in the gray. You know what I'm saying? Because what I would say is, I don't know how he said it to her. So I don't know if he said it, in a way that would be, received in the correct way, or if he said it in a way where she would receive it as like, she looked down to him, or looked like she didn't see his status or his value. So what y'all think about that? How guys be saying, oh, man, you shouldn't tell a chick she look good, or you shouldn't, basically you shouldn't say nice things to females. But my whole thing is, like, again, it depends on how you say it, the tone you say it. And of course, if you've been dealing with a chick, it all depends on if she's earned it. So what y'all say?
So let me say this.
From DC Comics, thank you, brother. He said, we appreciate helping us. Appreciate you too, bro. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Peace. Appreciate you, Mr. DC Comics.
Let me say this. I can't discredit him if he felt it was a 10, because everybody's estimation or guesstimation of a 10 is different. It might have been a 10 for him, but it may not be a 10 for me. She might have been a 10 for him, but she might have been a 2 for me. So it depends on your on how you view or what you think a woman is. The second thing I want to make sure I understand is this: there has been misinformation that. Oh, I'm going to listen in the background. We have been misinformation on what to say to a woman. So a lot of times guys get into the thing and they'll play this thing in their mind. Should I compliment or should I not? Am I validating or I'm not? If you say it from a place of sincerity and you realize, hey, she looked good. Hey, I think you look good today. That's a difference. But if you're saying from a place of thirst because you're like, oh man, you know you're looking good, there's a complete difference. It's all in tonality, and all in intention. What is your intention? What is your intention for why you said that? If you saying like I told someone today, I said, you know what? Plain and simple, I'm just gonna be straightforward. I like that swimsuit you got on. What can she say? I did not come from a place of thirst. I came from a place of straight masculine frame. When you come from a masculine frame, it changes the dynamic. She knows whether you're coming from a place of a beta, or I don't want to say beta because I hate all that terms, coming from a place
or scarcity
versus I genuinely, you look good in that. Guess what you did? Thank you. Now being mad that you're gonna get a number, no, you took the first step. There's always another one. I always say it. If the bus left you that day at the bus stop, there's another one coming the next 15 minutes. So don't get mad, get glad because you have graduated because you made a step. But if
because the next time
if you never made the step, guess what happens? You would always beat yourself up because you never made the first initial step. Don't be mad because you didn't get her number. Be glad because you made a step. And most guys must graduate and say, it's okay. I did this. Let me the next one. I'm going to say that. I'm telling you what I did. When I lived in Atlanta, that's what I did. I said, hey, you look good. Then I went to the next level and said, did this. Then I did that. Next thing you know, I didn't even ask for women. I didn't ask their names. My goal was when I went out, don't ask her name, just start talking to her like I know her from day one. Boom.
Yes.
Hey, what you do is write the number right here. We'll talk. Gotta go. Did I buy a drink? Yep. No, because I'm not buying no drinks. I wasn't being cheap, but I knew the game. I call them bar wenches who would go to the bar just to drink up guys, money. I wasn't going to that because I wanted to serve. My goal was to get this and leave. I'm just telling you how I did it. I'm being transparent. This is something that needs to be Alfie and Red Pill. This is something that needs to be in a seminar where guys can get this. You get one-on-one with us. You're not going to get this quality level of teaching from just anywhere.
Yeah. 1000%. Hey, we got some more questions in the chat. It said, what did you all use as motivation to progress into the men you've become today? Y'all want to tap into that?
Let me get the mouthpiece thing real quick. As far as mouthpiece, hold on, let me type in a minute. I'm trying to type and talk. All right, so as far as mouthpiece, bro, just practice your conversation with people, man. That's all. Like my experiences, I always could talk to chicks. I never had that fear. Now, at one point in time, the only thing that I had, my only weakness was talking to random chicks. And I got that out of my system at like 12, going to Great American and shit like that. So the quicker, the point of that, what I'm saying is the quicker you get it over with, the better. Don't try to work yourself up and be like, okay, I want to work on my mouthpiece, but let me get my 6-pack first. In that order, so I can get some confidence. Like, no, just start now, bro. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go ahead, Lawrence. Yeah.
He probably busy right now. So I'll tap into the question real quick. And so what did you all use as motivation to progress into man you've become today? My motivation to become a man. I mean, I understand. I'm 39. I mean, I'm from a different generation than the youth nowadays. And I don't know. Growing up, I've seen men on TV. I've seen men in music, men in movies. Like my favorite actor growing up as a kid was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, Conan the Barbarian, Commando. I mean, all these different things that he was doing. Like I looked up to that as being masculine. And I didn't find out till about 15 to about 10 years after that we're both born on the same day, exact same day, July 30th. So I say that to say I really didn't have a motivation to become a man. But I will say I became motivated to remain a man at all times because I noticed, the males around me weren't doing the same. And I wasn't feeling that. And then I realized it's so much easier to be a grown male than it is to be a man. Because to be a man, you have to control your emotions, set it aside, and use logic and reason. And a lot of males nowadays, especially since they grew up in single parent homes, mostly, single mother homes, and they don't have that, not male example, but man example to go off of. It is kind of hard for males nowadays to be men. But as far as motivation, I really didn't have a motivation to be a man because ever since I knew there was a difference between boy and girl, male and female, it's like maybe it's the competitive nature in me. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna be whatever a boy is, I'm gonna be a boy. Whatever a young male teen is, I'm gonna be that. Whatever a man is, I remember thinking I was a man at 22. Looking back now, I was still I was still a very, very young-minded man. But nah, no motivation to be a man because I always felt like that's what I was supposed to be anyway. So I didn't need motivation for that. What you guys got to say?
I'll say this. Hey, Alan, you want to come chime in? You want to say hi to us and hang out with the fellas real quick? Let me know.
I'm cool with that.
I'm gonna say, as far as being a man, find a successful male in the route you want to take. It could be as far as successful wise. It can be as far as a ladies' man. Whatever it is that you envision yourself being, you find this person, and then after you find this person, you kind of find a similar path to be your version of that. That's what I say.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer because let me just piggyback on what you just said right there. So I wasn't motivated to be a man, but at the same time, knowing that I wanted to become a man, I needed an example, and not just on TV and not just in music. So I started looking towards the males, or to be more specific, the men in my family who I felt were successful, the men who I felt were, I don't want to say unemotional, but not, I look towards the men who are not emotional, not screaming, basically was in control of themselves. So I didn't necessarily go to them and say, hey, I want you to teach me how to be a man. It was more so, okay, all right, uncle coming through. I'm gonna see how uncle talk. And it wasn't, I don't even think it was anything that was conscious. It's just like, all right, because one uncle was married. Actually, on one particular side of my family, both uncles are married, but one is like a player while he's married, and the other one is like a family man. You know what I'm saying? So when one come through, the player do come through, and now we talking about, his escapades and this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? My family tell me how, he got into bar fights and all that, and this, that, and third, but understand, people might say like, yo, well, that dude's getting into bar fights. You don't want to, model somebody like that. Well, yeah, I do, because this world is not kind. You know what I'm saying? So if I only hear stories about peace and love and not know that, there's another side to that coin, then I'll be food in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So not only is it important to be a man, but it's also important to be a balanced man. A lot of dudes will be like, like a better term, they're soft. You know what I mean? There's a time to be soft and there's a time to be aggressive. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is males should learn how to have that as an option. I'm not saying you should always be aggressive. I'm not saying you should always be ready to fight and all that, but make sure that you at least have that in your back pocket, so that when it's time, to do what you got to do, that you have it readily available. I mean, that's what I'll say about being a man.
LDA.
Let me say this. I'm actually munching. Let me say this. One of the things that helped me to actually graduate is I had a lot of male role models, and I actually sought them. I want to go look them out. I didn't just to say, oh, I'm going to just do this. No, what I did was I had different men at different times in my life who were pouring me about being a man, about life, about family, about what I need to do. I remember this one man, and it's funny, his name was Mr. Roach. I kid you not, that was his name. And I was in Atlanta, and I was working at Panera Bread at the time. Well, yeah, I was working there and I was becoming a manager, whatever the case may be. And he said, you know what? You need to change your name. I said, why do you say that, man? He said, you need to change your name so that they respect you. I said, well, I like my name. He said, no, you need to change your name and you need to read this book. So I thought this guy, because he would come in every day, but what he was doing was peeping out where I was. You know what I mean? He was watching me, and I didn't know it. But he turned out to be a good guy because he showed me how to change my name. Also, how to handle and interact with women. So he told me, I remember this one move he told me, it always works. And he also showed me how to handle even in business arena when you do different things. So he re-energized me too with reading books again, because I stopped reading and everything like that. But he re-energized me. So you got to understand, there's different men that will show in your life that will motivate you to get you to your next level. Like right now, I have somebody now that's motivating me to get me to the next level because I can see it, I can smell it, I can taste it, that this is the level I need to be at. But if I never have that example in front of me, how do I know to go there?
Right.
So what you're seeing now is you got three guys, three men who are giving you examples on how to get there. This is not a show and tell. This is not a thing of, if you really listen to us, you can hear how authentic we are and how true this is, and that this is not something that we're manufacturing in the background. This is all we read in the script. No, this is actually from the heart because we want to see you get to the next level.
DC Commons got an excellent question. He says, I hear some women say they like bad boys. Shout out to you guys for the good questions too. You guys actually been on plenty of questions tonight, not asking that dumb shit. I hear some women say that they like bad boys because he makes them feel safe. How can a man not be from the streets give a vibe to a woman that she's safe with her? Y'all want to take that? That's a good question.
Well, that is a very good question. What I would say is, I mean, I think that's almost two different things. You know what I mean? Because a chick liking the street dude is one thing, and feeling protection from a man is another. You know what I mean? Like, I see what you're saying, that she likes, these chicks like the street dudes because they about that action. But this is kind of like what I was telling you too. Like, if you stand a certain way, you walk a certain way. You know what I mean? The way you, when you communicate with, especially when she sees you communicating with, especially when she sees you communicating with other men, that's how she'll determine whether or not she's protected or not. She doesn't have to think you're street and, you know, you got guns on you and all that. You know what I mean? Like I said in one of my videos, like, if you learn something as simple as self-defense, and I mean, I don't mean just at a white belt level, at a beginner's level, but at least an intermediate level. That'll give you a certain level of confidence, and it'll give you a certain level of energy too, where you don't give off fear. Now, if a chick is around you and you're not giving off fear, I think she's gonna feel protected. And like I said, in addition to the way you walk, your tonality, like we said before, as far as masculinity. So it's not the street dude. The street dude that makes her feel protected is really his energy, because that dude might feel protected not because he knows martial arts, but because he got that on him. He got that goddamn it on him, as Corey Holcomb would say. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, if you know how to protect yourself, if you're confident within yourself, you know what I mean? Like you conquer your insecurities. That should be another episode. You can't solve a problem unless you acknowledge it. Dudes have to acknowledge their insecurities and deal with it. Once you handle that, the energy you give off will make the female feel protected. And you don't have to be in the streets to do that.
I want to say my take, man. I really like that question. I'll say this, man. Just be a man with principles, bro. Like, just the way you deal with the woman, whatever woman you dealing with. If she see you not a principal, if she not see you not a pushover, that's gonna make her feel safe. You know what I'm saying? How you handle conflict and how you transition your moods from one thing to another. See, that produces and displays control. And women like that, man. It shows control when you do things like this. You know what I'm saying? So just be a man of character and principles. Don't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? When you say no, mean no. And when you say yes, mean yes. Mean yes coming from you. Don't say yes because you want to win approval from what she thinks about you. You do it because that's what you agree with, and that's your guideline. That's what you follow on. And when you mean no and you say no, stick to it. And things like that will show her that you a stand-up guy and that she can trust you to lead. LDA?
My thing is, you guys gave some excellent points. My thing is, never lose your edge as a man. What I mean by lose your edge, you never lose that sense of danger, but still mystery. So what I mean is, she needs to know, like you guys said, that at the opportune time, you will bite anybody or you will hurt somebody that's around you. So what she likes is the sense of that edge. And a lot of times in this culture, what happened is we have a lot of men who have become neutered. spaded, whatever you want to case, and they don't have that edge. And it doesn't mean that you go around smacking people around. It's just that internal dialogue or internal thing about you that says, you know what? I am not going to play with you, and don't you play with me. People can feel that from a mile away because they know where your limits are. So you got to have that edge. Never lose your edge as a man. Never lose that edge as a man. There's certain things that people will not do or would not say because they know if they do it, they're going to face consequences. That's the difference between the guy in the street and the guy that may not even be in the street. It's because they know that if you cross them, they're going to be dealt with. The woman feels secure in that because now she can relax in her femininity and not actually fight for you because you're going to take care of it. I heard an example just this week about this guy who got into a fight there. He was on a date and then he got into a fight with another guy, and the woman had to help break up the fight and help him fight out of order. So you got to realize.
I heard that too. Where'd I see that?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important that you never lose your edge as a man. And like Alfie and like Red Pill said, you got to say what you say and say what you mean. Do not miss your words. It is what it is, because when you're matter of fact and you're direct in what you're saying, she's going to respect it and she can relax in her femininity. Don't lose your edge as a man. If you don't have any examples, you're looking at 3 examples right now. Get in contact with either one of us or get part of a webinar where you can get some personal one-on-one training where you can find out why you can get your edge or get that edge back.
Hey, LDA, just to piggyback on what you just said, man, speaking about, men needing their edge, man. The reason why a lot of these especially these young males don't have that edge, LDA, is because they're too busy squirting their edge inside of a sock daily. You understand? How you gonna have an edge and have that masculinity where you're basically excreting your testosterone out of yourself? I mean, what I said earlier about 20 minutes ago, you have to learn how to conquer your sexual desires. You know what I mean? Especially with yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, whatever you call it, no fap or whatever. But what I'm saying is, fellas, like, you can't be excreting your edge, as we're calling it right now, so often, because that's what I did a video on that too. Y'all need to subscribe to my channel, man. I swear. I did a video on that too, basically saying this edge that you guys are squirting out all the time is what it's like your yellow sun. As far as analogy, it's like the yellow sun to Superman. Like, that's the stuff that rejuvenates you. You know what I'm saying? Revitalizes you. It's what gives you that. It's what heightens your third eye. It's what gives you motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to piggyback also what LDA said as far as speaking matter of factly, I did a video on that too. You don't have to think when you speak. Like, thinking back when I was in high school and college and all that, and I also did it even more concentrated, like in high school and college, I would just say whatever's on my mind. And the reaction I would get from females, most of the time, it's either shock or awe, but I got the result that I wanted compared to a canned line or saying something that she wanted. So stop thinking about what to say. Just speak. But then again, if you got nothing in your mind, you got nothing to say, that says a lot about you.
Boom.
Excellent question. Just as
If
so.
you have questions in the chat,
you get 20 minutes because we're gonna jump off. You
got about 20 minutes.
So it's so important. You guys need to really realize you got to think about who you got in front of you. You got some real qualified guys who are actually giving you not just theory, but actually the practicality of how this really works. I can give you theory all day, but I can give you some practicality. For that practicality, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay.
Let's talk about that real quick. See, when dudes here pay, especially like, shout out to Evo Rebirth. He said he's only like 22. Even for you young cats, man, we got to emphasize again, in order to, now, of course, we emphasize having that experience, but also you have to learn how to invest in yourself, because you're willing to go on a date. You know what I mean? Pay, I don't know, $50, $75, $100 on a chick that you just met, but you're not willing to pay $20 for a consultation. Oh, nah, $20, that's too much, yo. Nah, I don't got it. But if shorty say, hey, yeah, you can take me out on Friday, you're going to find a way to get $100 to take her out. But you're not going to take $20 for, you know what I'm saying? Let's say we offer $20 for 15 minutes. 15 minutes that could change your life. But all you thinking about, yo, that's damn $20. What I'm getting at with that $20 though? I mean, how long? What's all them questions about? You know, you're not asking shorty all them questions before you go on a date, right? You're not asking her, well, how much you want me to spend. So be willing to invest in yourself, because even myself, this is a lesson that I learned myself. Because when I go on a date, especially living in New York, it's nothing to spend $50, $100, $150, whatever. So I'm over here buying dinner for myself for when I'm at work, dinner breaks or whatever, and I'm realizing I don't want to spend more than $10 on myself. And I'm like, yo, hold on. So when I'm with a chick I just met, I'm gonna spend this much money, but I'm gonna spend more than $10 on myself. So now I flipped it. Now I spend $50. I'll spend $20, $30 on my dinner if I want to eat that. And when I go on a date, hey, yo, meet me at the park, yo. Let's go get some ice cream or something. You understand? So, but I say that to say, learn to invest on yourself more than anybody else, because you're the one who has to live with you forever, man.
Wow, this is Evo Rebirth got an interesting scenario. I just broke up with my ex for the second time. She was an older woman, 32, with kids, and I realized that she was trying to tame my masculinity and turn me into a stepdad. How would I go about avoiding being caught in this trap in the future? We gave you the answer already, to be honest with you.
Is this Evo's first time around here?
I don't know.
Evo, you've been... Yeah, subscribe to all our channels, fam. Make sure you do that.
I will say this. We gave you the answer already, but just to give you a little backdrop, let's go a little deeper. So the answer is to avoid that again. It all starts with you. Why did you choose a woman like that? Were you looking for something from her? Sometimes men don't want to deal with this. We might as well deal with you looking for mommy inside of a woman. So why did you choose this woman? Was it just for the sex? Was it just for this? What is the real reason why you chose her? Second of all, if it became this the second time you broke up, you realize, yes, she's trying to trap you and you're only 22. She's trying to trap you. Why? Why would she try to trap you? Because she realized that she has already hit the wall and is crashing down the hill. And most likely, I'm believing that you don't have any kids. She's trying to lock you in so that no other woman gets you. But you really need to examine, why did you attract that type of woman? What was your real motive? And if it's the second time, there's something deeper there that really needs to be really examined. And I think if you had to call up or whatever the case may be, I should have put this call up for it. My Zooms, you would have called into Zoom and could have say what you need to say. But there's more to this than just this. And we can't give you justice to give you not to get caught up again until we know what is your reasoning for going back with this 32-year-old. I know it might have been good and you were excited because you're at your age, but it has to be another reason.
Right. I mean, I agree with everything you said, man. First thing, just to read it, I just broke up with my ex for the second time. Boom, red flag. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you like you my younger brother, man. Second time, like, you understand, y'all broke up for a reason the first time around. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go back around and deal with her, but y'all saying second time, like she got a title the second time around. Like she messed that title up the first time around. You gave it back to her again the second. Yeah, nah. So just like LDA said, monitor that. Reflect on why. First of all, why you dealing with a chick? Because understand, LDA, he said 32, which is 10 years older than him, with kids. That's plural. So you're 22-year-old. You're 22, about to be a stepdaddy. Like, what do you got to think about where this is going? She's not in her 20s. She's past her 30s. But like I said, you got to watch that channel. Chicks in their 20s is different from chicks in their 30s, different from their 40s. Different mentality, everything. So and lastly, you said I realized she was trying to tame my masculinity, but of course, she was trying to make you want her third or fourth child. That's all.
Exactly. Thank you.
She's trying to make you her third or fourth child that she can smash. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm gonna be the good guy in this. I'm gonna be the good guy in this scenario. So let's pretend this. Alfie, I see you looking good for sure. Always. Even when you can't see me, I'm looking good. Always. You already just know. You already know that. I ain't gotta show it. So look, this is what I'll say. I'll say this. Maybe let's pretend you have good qualities, leadership skills, good parenting skills, good manly skills, and this is why the woman wanted to tie you down. So take those skills that you have and use them on the next woman who can appreciate it.
Good way to segue on that one. I think we got another question. Women can tell if a guy approached them is good at game or not. How should a guy with no game approach women? He's 30 and 30 and she's 30 plus.
Wait, women can tell.
I know what you said.
The guy approaching them is good at game or not. How should a guy with no game approach women if he's like 30? Oh, okay. All right, bro. DC Comics. Just use your environment as your tool to initiate conversation, bro. That's what you do, bro. So wherever you at, if you in a museum and excuse me, if you at the aquarium, you see a woman you like, ask her about what kind of fish you looking at. Boom. If you in the museum, hey, you know this artist right here, boom. If you in the grocery store, hey, pass me an avocado and a what you call it? What's the things? A cucumber. You know, let her hand it to you and look into her eyes. Boom. That's advanced.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I got a short and dirty answer for this one. Like real quick, like I'm gonna read it again. What can women can tell a guy can tell if a guy approaching them is good at game or not? How should a guy with no game approach women if he's 30 and 30 plus? My short and dirty answer is you need a consultation because you have no game. Yeah. You're a guy with no game. What are you gonna tell her? What are you gonna say? You can't. As soon as Alfie said use the environment, I'm like, come on, bro. That's not 101. That's not game 101 right there. Dudes don't even know how to use the environment like that. So you gotta invest in yourself and get that coaching, man. Get that coaching because we're not even dating coaches. We're mindset coaches. I mean, cause I'm not about to tell you say this to a chick and this how you approach a chick. Now I'm gonna change your mind. I'm gonna change the way you see the situation. But once you have a different perception, put it like this: you're looking at it as a 6, and by the time I'm done with you, you're gonna see it as a 9.
Wow.
It was a 9 the whole time. You just saw it as a 6. You understand? That's why you need that coaching.
You're definitely right, because if you think about it, you started your sentence off. Women can tell if a guy approaching them is good at game or not. So you know something, but you started it in the negative.
Mm-hmm.
You did not start this sentence in the positive. So one thing that we all can do separately and together is to deal with your mindset. You should be saying, I am the guy who's able to approach with good game. Then I approach with good game because I'm 30 or 30 plus.
Right.
Different mindset versus the way you said it. We already know right there from your first sentence, you're coming from a place of defeat and not a place of what? Victor. You're coming from a place of as a victim and not a place as a victor. So that's the difference. See, that simple thing, you're like, oh, I'm just asking a question. No, we're able to dissect that your first sentence gave you away. So as anything here, you can get any one of us, you need to be honest and say, I do not have game. How do I get game? Teach me the ABCs. This is not a place to shame you or to beat you down, because on some level, we always need to improve who we are and how we approach life. This game is not predicated on just women. Game is about life. So
game is life.
So you need to get, there's nothing wrong with it. I got some game this Sunday. I was like, oh, okay, I need to do that to change that. Okay, great. We all need it. But if you don't admit it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be, how do a guy who's 40 and 40 plus still can't get the girl? You didn't wasted 10 years because you didn't ask the right question.
When all you might have needed is 30 minutes of a conversation that changed your mind. But you don't believe it. You don't believe that can happen.
Yeah. And you got 3 guys. That's why we need to do a seminar, a webinar. We need to do something live where guys can actually see us. Because when you see us in person and actually able to really hear what we're saying to you, not only what we're saying is going to make a difference, but the impact of our energy is going to make a difference. You're going to say, you know what? This is the best thing I should have ever done. This is the best investment I made in myself. But I'm just talking right now.
You got to understand, energy is real. You know what I mean? To see people on YouTube or whatever and hear our voices is one thing. But to be in each other's presence is a whole different situation. You know, because once you find out that in person that the 3 people that you see right now on screen are actually genuine and they're actually the people that they've been on screen, it's a whole different experience. Back to that word again. So again, guys need to learn how to invest in themselves, man.
Yeah,
like it's like right now, we don't have to be doing this. I mean, like we have our game, we understand game, we understand. But just like I think it was Afi or LDA or both of y'all said, we really want to see dudes doing better. This is why we do this. We're not doing this for fame or nothing like that. Like we doing this because we want to see dudes elevate themselves and be better.
We need 10 guys to actually, and I'm going to put on mine. We need 10 guys who are going to commit. I'm going to say 20, but if you don't make the cut and make the thing, we need at least 20 to 10 guys who are going to commit to actually coming in and getting that. See, we're doing an open panel right now, but if you get us behind the scenes where we can talk freely off of YouTube, oh my God, it's a completely different level of intent. It's called my mentor used to do it. It's an intensity. So when you get to that intensity meeting, it's intense. It's in your face. You uncover stuff. You're able to talk freely. You're able to pull
unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Just know, guys. Ruka, I was just gonna say, everybody should know when you hear me on YouTube, I'm very, very filtered. Okay, I'm a little bit, a little bit more. I'll leave that there. I'm a little bit more in real life, but I'm very, very censored on YouTube. I'll say that much.
I'm gonna be yelling. I'm gonna be yelling at you guys. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be yelling all in your faces.
So yeah, we need to get 10 guys. 10. I'm gonna say 20, but we need the bottom line. If you don't make the cut, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do because it's not for everyone. But you need this intensive. We can get you behind the scenes in a webinar or in a Zoom. When it's one-on-one, you can see us, and we're going to really get in your face and say what we need to say, or even in a live experience in 2021. Is that right? 2021?
Yes, sir.
And a live experience where you can actually see the hat for real, or you can really see these guys for real and see us for real. Your life will be impacted. You need to start spreading the word now. Something is going stirring behind the scenes that you don't know about. You want to be a part of. Everybody's not going to be able to go to this meeting that we're going to have. They're not going to be able to do it because it's not for everyone. It's going to
press one in the chat if you feel like you're interested, and then you're going to have to contact one of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there. We're gonna run it for some weeks though. You know what I'm saying? So by the end of the month, we'll know the cast we want to because for real, like I'm looking at it like college. I'm not looking at it like who's gonna buy a ticket or nothing like that. I'm looking at it like I want to talk to guys who are serious, not seriously want to get laid next week, so they want to kind of get a consultation out of it. No, I mean like serious, like you want to make some changes serious.
Right. Exactly.
You got over 100, almost 100 years worth of experience sitting right here. So why not tap into it? I think DC, what did you say? Are you interested? That's what I'm talking about. You are the first one. For me, it's the fear of rejection. That's something I had a hard time with because I haven't accomplished a lot. Good. You need to face the fear of rejection head on. I face it every day. You have to begin to get tough skin and say, you know what? I may be rejected today. This one may reject me now. I'm going to face it and go to the next. You gotta get your tough skin. We have a lot of guys who don't have tough skin. You're going to get rejected. I'm gonna do like Red Pill. I have a video called "Rejection is Part of the Game."
Mm-hmm.
Rejection is part of the game. So you got to realized. See, everyone's not gonna tell you, "Oh, get the girl and rub her hands this way." And no, I'm not saying that. You will get rejected, but the key is, what do you do with the rejection? I think I said that you take that and you say, what can I do to adjust so that I can be better for next time? If you don't take any kind of assessment of it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to constantly stay in that level of rejection because you have not graduated to the next level. But I'm talking too much, and we already at an hour already.
Yep, 5-minute mark.
All right,
I got about 5 minutes.
I'm gonna tell you this, DC Comics. It's just a woman. She got 2 breasts, a vagina, and a mouth, bro. Like, so what, bro? She don't like you, so it's just a woman who gonna walk away and ain't gonna care about you, and you shouldn't care about her because you don't know her. How can you know or care about something that you're not aware of or affiliated with? Look at it like that.
Yep. So we did good. I think we at the hour mark?
Yeah. Evo Rebirth said Evo Rebirth said he's interested. I am who I am said that he's interested. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right,
you gotta be willing to invest.
And it's not going to cost you. Well, I'm not going to tell you how much. I'm not going to tell you how much.
Shoot me an email or DM one of my brothers on Instagram, and we're gonna all connect off of it and stuff.
But,
and then we'll link everybody together.
But this is only for a select few. This is not for everyone.
Exactly.
And if you, to me, I'm so serious about my time and what I'm going to invest in you. You got to pass my inspection.
And let's emphasize, Lawrence, too. This is not a PUA boot camp. We are not
at all
about how to pursue chicks in the club and stuff like that, bro. Not against anybody that does that, but we ain't doing that. So just don't be there and be like, all right, so check it out. I got this bet. Nah, bro. This is something different, man.
It's about changing your mindset.
There you go.
There you go. Mindset boot camp. Exactly. Exactly. He got it. He got it.
That's exactly what it is.
Good, man. Well,
that's it right there.
The last words, Lawrence, you want to go?
My last words is this. I am Lawrence. Let me say it this way because I have to say it this way for a reason. I am Lawrence D. Adams. I have to say it that way for a reason. You can find me on Instagram, Lawrence D. Adams. You can find me on YouTube. But I want to emphasize this one thing. I don't right now. I want you to get a part of this mindset boot camp because I want to see your life change. I want to see you go to the next level. I want you to say on the other, because I'm looking on the other side of it. When you come from getting part of this mindset boot camp, that you say, you know what? I'm glad I invested in myself and I got the information from these 3 powerful men. That's all I want to say. I don't want to talk about my channel. I want to talk about you. I'm doing like somebody. I want to talk about you. How can I get to the next level?
Hey, real talk, big bro, too, because eventually, like when we do like retreats and stuff, I'd rather be dealing with the people from this and building a relationship with them up until that point than us just going and then this random cats just saying they want to go. You feel me?
Right.
Go ahead, RPC.
Yeah, man. So I just want to emphasize again, like, yeah, guys gotta focus on themselves. Like the way I started my channel, when I started my channel, my focus was and still is to improve, not even to improve, but to have grown males evolve into men, because there's a big difference between a grown male and a man. So yeah, man, guys gotta change their mindset, not focus so much on females. You know, when I say focus on yourself, I mean, you know, learn yourself, because they say you attract who you are. So, you know, the type of women that you're attracting to yourself, you know, you gotta look in the mirror because that might be a reflection of yourself in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Whether maybe not, you know, money wise per se, not money, but a living situation, but you know, mentality wise. I mean, you might be looking at a reflection of yourself. But yeah, check out the channel, Red Pill Chauvinist. Y'all get ready for this mindset boot camp, man. I'm telling you, so much it could be life changing, man. Like it will be life changing. That's if you decide to really invest in and open yourself up to the process and the experience, man. So I feel LDA, man, another good super friends. You know what I mean? So yeah, can't wait for another one.
All right, as you know, I'm Mafia Kingdom. Follow me on Instagram at Dominance Mindset Raw Game, and from there you can get my course. You can get my 4 books: Conversation with the Mind, Finesse Game, Analytical Confusion, Dominance Mindset of a King, as well as the audio book for Dominance. I mean, for Conversations of a Mind. If you want to donate to the channel, you can hit me at paypal.me/King or Cash App King Fee. If you want to donate towards the channel, if you want exclusive content um, on demand. If you have a question and you don't necessarily need to book a consultation, you can pledge to the Patreon. That way I can answer your question and make you a personalized video. Um, and handle that. And if you do need a consultation, you can head over to my Instagram, hit the link tree, and book. I got tech stuff, I got phone stuff, I got life game. It's all there for you. So whatever you need, we're all definitely here to help out. And make sure at the end of the video, man, put a fire sign in the chat. Not this chat, but the comment chat section. I want y'all to hit the fire signs in the comment chat section. Share the video and yeah, you know, check out my other channels: Expert Level Wrestling, Expert Level Gaming, Mukbang Talking to Strangers. I'm gonna play a song real quick, just give you guys a chance to subscribe to my brother's channels and whatever links you need to hit, and then we'll call it a night. So I appreciate everybody's time, and you too, you guys, of course. Let me play. And this music is brought to you by King Jordan. The intro and this one. He got an album coming out, and I'm actually gonna do some skits on there. So y'all look forward to that. You stay working.
Yeah. Shout out to King Jordan.
This is Converted Money Chopping Screw.
And then especially like doing this, like my phone be jumping the majority of the time. Like I barely either got time to pull up the Magnum or whatever. But so I happened to meet one shorty, right? This joke was crazy. Niggas added me about asking what I do. I said, I want you to understand, like, it's fighting. Like, I couldn't really explain it to you, where do you get it? She just kept asking, like, what do you do?